know how to make a client feel welcome.
That was the...
That is a magnificent dragon statue. I wonder how many people ever get it.
Can I help you? Don't wander into any restricted areas.
Name and appointment. Confirmed. Ularu is wrapping up a meeting with Genevieve. You can wait here or in the lobby area. I'll let you know when she's ready to see you. I see Imogene Salzo is supposed to be with you.
I'm right here, Maeve.
Good. It should just be a moment. Well, sooner than I thought. Looks like Ularu's ready now.
You know, if they aren't willing, that leaves us with only one option.
Don't cause any trouble.
Ularu, is that always your response? I don't want another PR mess on my hands.
Yes, Viv, because you're too good at your job. Now, we can talk details later. My next appointment's here.
Fine, but you can break this news to Alexis at our next meeting.
Good. You're finally here. The one I've been hearing so much about. I'm Ularu Chen, head of operations here at Ryujin. So tell me, what do you think of your new job so far? In that case, it sounds like our initial impression of you is turning out to be quite accurate. Now, my dear Jeannie here says you've been through the basics of what we do and pulled off success every time.
5 successful standard assignments and 1 specialized.
And on top of all that, a flawless record. It's no wonder they love you up here. I happen to have a personal assignment that I'd like to send you on. One that involves meeting up with an outside contact. Jeannie seems to think you're more than capable of handling it.
He's the best operative I've ever hired.
Let's not forget the only operative you've ever hired. Meeting with outside contacts isn't always as straightforward as your past assignments. Some can be fickle or demanding, so you'll need to decide how to handle them and what decisions to make on the fly. I'd use the word trust loosely. We maintain a relationship of sorts. Those who come through get paid, and those who don't, well, they won't live to regret it. Good, because if not, I can't imagine we have much use for you here at Ryujin. Your contact is Simon Rychek. He claims to have information on a new project that Infinity Ltd is working on. He said it's a game changer that Ryujin would be especially interested in, so his asking price is the big thing to consider. Finance will reimburse up to 1,000 credits, so if you have negotiation skills, use them. Simon's been working with us for years, so he'll pose no threat to you. He's paranoid, which is why I assume he's never been caught. But his information is typically worth it. Now, in order to confirm your identity, Simon prefers code phrases. I'll let Jeannie give you the details on this one because the concept is just beneath me.
Simon is into sports, so he enjoys any opportunity to talk about them. At some point, he'll casually say, "Looks like the Galactic Raiders are the #1 pick for the Universal Championship this year." You get to respond with, "Razor Derby is the only real sport." Got it?
Then we throw our drink to the floor and flip over a random chair, right?
According to Simon Rychek, it's the only real sport in the galaxy. But if you want a lesson in sports, just ask him. Movies are more my thing when it comes to entertainment. They're a batball team that sucks. They have about as much chance of winning the Universal Championship as Aurora does of going legal outside of Neon. Simon despises batball, though, which is why he crafted that response you give in return. You'll find him in Sidonia, so I hope your ship's fueled. Just look for him above the Lux condos in the plaza.
You spoke very highly of this one, Jeannie. Let's hope he doesn't make a liar out of you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some things to take care of.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
All questions and concerns should be directed at Miss Salzo.
That was fun. That's Hey, you might want this.
What a dump. You lost? Or just come to ask an out-of-work miner how his day's going? Yeah. I just wish Sidonia had a bit more to offer while I'm trying to enjoy my unemployment. Not much in the way of entertainment around here. Speaking of, looks like the Galactic Raiders are the #1 pick for the Universal Championship this year. You're damn right it is. I heard they were sending someone new. Nice to see you made it. I have information on a deal being proposed between Infinity Ltd and Deimos Stockyards. It's my belief that your employers would be highly interested in the details. So I'm upping my price. It's steep, yes, but that is why I'm also offering a little side job if you can't pay up.
Do you take coupons?
For this little tidbit? Believe me, I know exactly what this is worth. You do that. I like the way you think. Perhaps. All right, I'll lower the price. But that's my final offer. Unless you may prefer the side job now? You're going to like it. As you may guess, being an informant is not without its risks. I've heard there's a merc in Saturn's orbit who'd like to cross my name off her list. Milai Liskova. If you take her out and bring me her gun as proof, I'll consider my fee to be waived. She's a freelance mercenary, used to work for Inception Technologies. But she likes her independence, so she went into business for herself. She specializes in killing for the right price. So before you get any second thoughts, you should think of it as doing the settled systems a favor. Liskova has a sentimental attachment to that gun. Even named it Ember. She'd never just hand it over. It saved her life once or twice. Seems whenever it falls into enemy hands, it has a tendency to backfire or jam. On top of that, she's superstitious, which makes the gun all the more precious to her.
What'd you do to get a bounty hunter on your tail, huh? Whatever. We can handle it. This Milai Liskova knew the risk too.
You're doing me a tremendous favor. Just know she won't go down easily, so be prepared. Milai's ship is called the Datura, and like I said, you can find her in orbit around Saturn. Just remember to bring the gun back as proof.
Going to use the elevators or stairs? Got anything you need to offload? Trade authorities? Oh, sure thing. We'll get it fixed up.
Good as new. Okay, no problem.
That's far enough. State your business or I open fire. That's more like it. So, tell me what you're doing here. I'll decide whether or not to strip you for salvage. Oh yeah? From what? You're the only thing around here that looks like a threat to me. So, give me one good reason why I shouldn't feed you to the void. Simon will never stop. The man will hold a grudge until his dying breath. Perhaps. But just how do you propose we manage that? Because I intend on staying very much alive. He wants the very thing that protects my life. Of course he does. He knows I would never... All right. You can have Ember. But you'll have to come aboard to get her. You have my word you won't be harmed, for whatever that's worth.
Hey, Dusty. If you're ever thinking to yourself, I could really listen to Barrett's dulcet voice right now, then instead of dreaming about me, stop by and say hello.
I'm impressed. Simon managed to find someone with guts to come after me. I suppose it shouldn't surprise me that he wants Ember as proof of this. He knows I'd never part with her. The first time Ember and I met, she was pointed right at me. And then backfired on the gloating bastard who thought he'd won. She's saved my life more times than I care to remember. In my line of work, we're always in and out of the fire, if you know what I mean. We were a thing for a while, until the coward sold me out. I'm sure he regrets it, considering I survived the attempt on my life. And now, I live to blackmail him and make his life a living hell. So if Simon told you I wanted him dead, it's a lie. I want him very much alive and suffering. Oh, will you? You really think I'd let you just waltz onto my ship and I'd hand her over? If you knew anything about me, you'd know honesty isn't my strong suit. The only truth here is that I've intended to kill you since the moment you set foot on my ship. I'm pretty sure I've already made up my mind. She's fought for me for many years. It only seems fitting that I fight for her. And besides, I don't plan on dying. I suppose you have a point. I already have enough targets on me as it is. You make a good point. If you manage to find me, you certainly know who I am. And I don't know a thing about you. Okay, fine. You've compelled me to hold up my end of the deal after all. You get Ember, I'll disappear. Besides, I like to think of this as just a temporary arrangement. She's always found her way back to me before. Why should this time be any different? Oh, don't worry. I see this as some well-needed, dare I say, deserved time off. I'm looking forward to the fresh start. I guess Simon chose wisely. For once. Now get off my ship. I've got an identity to arrange and a vacation to plan. There's a bounty on you.
I have something for you.
You might want this.
The Lux condos aren't anything special.
Look who survived the devil herself. Well, either that or you decided to pay up. Wait a minute. You spoke to that lie-weaving terrormorph? You should have just outright killed her. Cool those thrusters. She's lying, I swear. We have a history. A long one. Love, hate, betrayal. It's all in there. I screwed her over one too many times, and she's been out for blood ever since. Blackmail? Ew, I wish. That'd be the least of my worries. I sure hope so. I don't want to think I exchanged one threat for another. So, back to business. You got the gun? A world without Malaya Liskova. It's strange. I always imagined I'd be happy knowing she's gone. Perhaps I've been running so long now that it will just take time for the relief to set in. You know, why don't you keep that gun of hers? I think it's time I left the past behind. Let's hope you're right. Now, back to business. The information I have is on a deal for something called Project Dominion. I'm giving you 2 slates. They contain surveillance and interaction data for Stanley McMillan, the Infinity rep, that I obtained myself. I'm also giving you a third slate because you're going to need to download the files on Project Dominion off his computer yourself. Best guess is it has something to do with Infinity getting into the NeuroAmp business. Stanley McMillan seemed to think Ryujin would be the one company threatened by this news, so their entry must involve something big. Getting information is what you people do. I'm just a lowly, yet very well paid informant, here to point you in the right direction. Nice doing business with you.